In today's video for Hollow Knight Silksong, I'm going to be going over one of the absolutely best tools in the game for damage and just a whole bunch of ease to use, and that's going to be the Tacks. In order to get hold of this weapon, you're going to want to make sure that you make it all the way to a kind of hidden area, and you're going to have to make it over to Sinner's Road. If you've got the teleport there, now in order to get here, you're going to need to head all the way over to Greymore. I'm going to show you from the fast travel spot. Once you get out there, you're going to head all the way over to the left. Keep making your way through until you get to this area, and then you're going to head all the way up to the top. One thing you are going to need for this is going to be walkling, so if you haven't got that, you'll need to make sure you get that first. But just keep kind of jumping all the way up, avoiding enemies as you go, and then eventually you make it all the way up to the top here, and you're going to go on the right hand side. Then just make your way through, and again you're just going to keep heading right, where you'll be around about roughly here. At this point you'll be able to activate a cage. This is perfect because it means you've got a little shortcut between your Sinner's Point and here, and then head off into the halfway home, grab yourself a save point, and then make your way back up the elevator. At this point you're going to want to jump over the elevator, make your way over, and then you're going to head off just up the top area, because this is how you're going to get into the Sinner's Road. Now be aware, Sinner's Road is a bit of a nightmare, so make sure you've got your jumping on point, because I fell over a lot in here. But once you do get in here, you're going to want to head roughly up to this location. Just keep making your way through. Avoid all the enemies as you go. And just keep heading over all the way to the right. This first area and the one afterwards isn't hard whatsoever, so you should be good. But after that, it does start to get a little bit tricky. So climb everything up, climb up everything, and then make your way over to the right hand side once more. Now in here, there's a whole bunch of enemies. I'm going to make it a little bit faster, and I've taken them out, but there'll be enemies in the air, there'll be a few enemies around. You're going to want to take out everything, because otherwise it's going to make your life really difficult. And if they dwindle down your health too much or get you in a tricky position, it can be really difficult to get this bit done. So take them out first, then make your way up the obstacle course, and then you're going to want to make it all the way to the top here. Now at this point you're going to want to make your way up and around. You're going to want to avoid all of the traps, make sure you pogo your way to victory, and make it all the way across to the area you need to be at. Now just up at this point is going to be the NPC you need to speak to, who's going to give you the wish. But one thing I would recommend, if you can, after you've got the wish, even though it can be a bit of a nightmare, make sure you unlock the save point just over on the left hand side where you rest up. And again, I'll chuck a link just top right in case anyone hasn't got that, because it is a bit of a tricky one, because otherwise it can be a bit of a pain getting back here if you fall over at all. Make sure you pick up the wish, and you've got this one right here, and from Crow and Benjin, called Roach Guts. Aptly named, as now you're going to have to go and get exactly what they're after. And to do this, they're dotted around in a few locations. Some are up the top here, some are down the bottom. But I found the bottom one's the best, especially if you've got the rest point, because then even if you fall over, it doesn't matter, you're just going to be able to bop straight back here. But you can want to take them out. Watch out, they do a kind of hop and jump, so you want to dash backwards, avoid it, and then hit them. But take the Roach Guts until you've completely picked up as many as you need. I believe it was between 8 to 10. And once you have got that, you'll be able to take it back to them and grab yourself one of the best tools in the game, and that's going to be the Tacks. This thing on its own is absolutely amazing, does some nice damage, it's really good against any boss that's on the floor. Flying ones, you'll completely want to avoid this though. But other than that as well, don't forget you can use the polyp patch on it in order to make them poison, and that is going to dish out even more extra damage with that tick damage. But yeah, hopefully that's helped a few of you guys and girls out. There's going to be a whole bunch more content away from me. As always, for All Things Gaming, take care. I'll see you on the next day.